Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing the single greatest transfer of wealth in human history. We are standing at the absolute precipice of a historical transformation that will redefine the very meaning of money and how it moves across the globe. For decades, the world of traditional finance and the world of digital assets lived in two entirely different universes. But today, those walls are not just cracking, they are being completely demolished. We are not just talking about a price movement or a temporary pump in the charts. We are talking about a total, systematic reconstruction of the global financial plumbing. The headline that every single person on this planet needs to understand is simple, yet absolutely massive. A $10 trillion tsunami is coming. This is not retail fear of missing out. This is not a social media trend or a meme-driven mania. This is the arrival of the smart money, the pension funds, the 401k plans, and the institutional giants preparing to flood into the digital asset market. And at the very heart of this financial storm sits one asset and one asset alone, XRP. Let us truly analyze the scale of these numbers, because the human brain often struggles to comprehend what $10 trillion actually looks like. The United States Department of Labor has officially opened the floodgates. This means that over $10 trillion held in retirement accounts now has a clear, legal, and regulatory pathway into digital assets. Think about your neighbor's 401k, your teacher's pension fund, and the life savings of millions of hardworking people. This is what we call patient capital. This money does not chase a 10% gain by tomorrow morning. It is capital that looks for fundamental value and massive growth over the next decade. When these professional fund managers decide where to allocate these trillions of dollars, they do not look for hype. They look for utility. They look for regulatory clarity. They look for proven infrastructure. This is why XRP has become their primary target. XRP is not just a digital token. It is the bridge that these trillions of dollars will use to cross from the legacy system into the digital future. Now, we must discuss the absolute golden ticket that changed the game forever. Recently, Ripple Prime achieved something that many thought was impossible for a crypto-native company: an investment-grade credit rating of BBB from the Kroll Bond Rating Agency. You must understand why this matters so deeply in the world of high finance. In the world of big banks and trillion-dollar asset managers, an investment-grade rating is the literal difference between being allowed to participate or being legally forbidden from the room. Most institutional funds are strictly prohibited by law and by their own internal mandates from investing in anything that does not carry a high credit rating from an accredited agency. By securing this BBB rating, Ripple has officially entered the same elite league as the major global banks. This rating tells the world that Ripple Prime is stable, transparent, and fundamentally trustworthy. It allows giants like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and SBI Japan to partner with Ripple without a single ounce of legal fear. They are no longer just experimenting with blockchain, they are integrating it into the core of their global business models. Let us look at the mathematical reality of where this leads. Many critics will tell you that a $10 XRP is impossible, but those critics are using an outdated formula. They think of XRP as a stock that people just buy and hold, but in reality, XRP is a high-speed liquidity tool. If XRP is destined to handle even 5% of the daily global cross-border settlement volume, the price must rise significantly just to accommodate that value. If the price remains too low, there simply isn't enough liquidity in the system to move billions of dollars in a matter of seconds. To understand the journey to $10, we must look at the formula for market capitalization. At a price of $10, with a circulating supply of approximately 55 to 60 billion tokens, the market cap would sit around $600 billion. Now, compare that 600 billion to the total global wealth, or more importantly, to the volume handled by the SWIFT network, which moves roughly $5 trillion every single day. When you realize that XRP is designed to be the primary settlement asset for the world's financial infrastructure, a $600 billion market cap is not just possible, it is actually a very conservative estimate. We are talking about the backbone of the new Internet of Value. The evidence of this adoption is already everywhere around us if you know where to look. Consider Franklin Templeton, a financial titan managing $1.4 trillion in assets. Their official SEC filings have revealed that they have already allocated nearly 6% of their crypto exposure, specifically to XRP. Why would a firm of that magnitude do that? Because they see what is coming. Look at SBI Japan, which is preparing to distribute the Ripple USD stablecoin across the third largest economy in the world. These institutions are not gambling. They are not chasing shadows. They are building on the XRP ledger because it is faster, cheaper, and more scalable than anything else that exists. While the rest of the world was distracted by lawsuits and headlines, Ripple was quietly building the plumbing for a new global economy.
Think about the timeline of convergence we are currently living through. We see SBI Japan launching its distribution in 2026. We see the SWIFT blockchain integration expanding through its massive institutional network of 11,000 banks. We see the Department of Labor opening the $10 trillion door for retirement funds. These are not isolated events. These are coordinated pillars of a new financial structure. Picture yourself just a few years from now, perhaps on a regular Tuesday morning in 2028. You check your portfolio before starting your day, and you see XRP at numbers that seemed like a fantasy just a few years ago. Not because of a viral tweet or a celebrity endorsement, but because the global financial system is actually using the technology. Because every time a bank in London settles a payment with a bank in Tokyo, XRP is moving in the background. Because every time a retirement fund rebalances its digital portfolio, XRP is the bridge that makes it happen. The window of opportunity is closing faster than most people realize. We are moving rapidly out of the speculation phase and directly into the utility phase. In the coming years, we will see a massive divide in the market. On one side, there will be those who chased the hype of the week and lost it all. On the other side, there will be the patient capital, the people who understood that owning XRP is like owning a piece of the global financial internet. You are not just buying a coin, you are acquiring an ownership stake in the settlement infrastructure of the future. Do not just watch the price charts, look at the infrastructure being built beneath your feet. When that $10 trillion wave finally hits the BBB-rated bridge of Ripple Prime, the result will be legendary. We are witnessing the birth of a new financial world order, and for those who have positioned themselves early, the rewards will be generational. The question is no longer if XRP will reach $10. The question is, will you be there when it happens? Stay focused, stay informed, and realize that the future of wealth is being written right now.